Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Scribble Time with Panda. I'm your host, Nolan, and I'm going to be drawing Harry Potter pandas today. So, if you're in the chat right now, please post your suggestions in the chat. I'll be reading them as I go. And let's get started with some Potter pandas. So, this morning I had a chance to drive around today because my car kind of dies down if I don't. My car battery dies if I don't drive it for a while. So it's definitely pretty interesting. I just took a short drive downtown to downtown Bellevue, and it was never seen so many shops empty. I mean, a lot of open signs, so that's good. Okay, so our first suggestion is the mandrake root. That thing is weird. Okay, so we're gonna go. This thing is definitely not the most I don't know if you call it adorable, but it's definitely something that feels. Here, I'll do it like this. So if you're sketching along with me, basically, if you're new to the show, I just draw pandas. In different styles, just whatever different topics, and because this is my original character, I draw them for a while, and so like I have people in the chat. Usually, you just post your suggestion there. I'll read it. I'm kind of looking down at the screen, so it's a little bit hard for me to see it right away. But I do look up from time to time to see what you guys are posting. So with that said. Basically every day has a theme. On tomorrow I am looking to I'm having that as Fan Friday, so if you guys have drawings you would like to, your own artwork that you would like for me to reimagine in my own style, feel free to just post it online, tag it with fan pandas or punching pandas excuse me, and I'll have it featured on the show and draw it, so you guys can have a chance to show off your art, and also have a little bit of a remix too. Also, these sketches are going to be available for free to download on my website at punchingpandas.com/scribbletime, and you can go to that link. So every show is I'm going to take all these. I take all the sketches, and I export them into a large format, so you guys can have it. So you guys can color it later on if you like what you see. So this is kind of what the show is all about. It's just more of a time for all of us to hang out, do some drawing together. Feel free to join along if you like, or if you're just working and from home, if you're a parent, you can also just work from home and just listen to the sounds of my stuttering voice as I'm trying to figure out how to draw some of these crazy ideas. So this first one is the mandrake panda. Oh, we're gonna have some of this again. So my note from there. So basically, it seems like today that my Photoshop is also acting up again. Maybe it's because it's just streaming. Because I had this issue yesterday where I would be drawing, and then all of a sudden the screen would just start. Or my pen would start doing these blobs. So if I draw like really fast like this, maybe if I can get it to happen. Well, it doesn't seem like it's really doing anything yet. Oh, okay, so maybe my computer did catch up. I did restart my computer, so so hopefully maybe that fixed it. These things are very ugly, I remember. So that's how you know someone is a true Potter fan. Oh, there it goes. See a little blob like that. Maybe I should keep it because it's like, you know, it's like working with real ink when you like, oh, wait, that's ugly. Okay, computer, knock it off. Okay, I know there's a lot of stuff going on in the background. I have a lot of tabs open, but it doesn't give you an excuse to get all rowdy on me. Okay, let's just add some roots to it because it's just this weird thing. But you know what? What makes great stories? What can make a great tale is just things that are just weird. I mean, I'm writing a story right now, and I'm trying to. There's a problem I have when I write a story where it's like I'm trying to make everything feel very like it has to all kind of make sense, which I agree that there has to be a certain logic to it. But at the same time, there's stuff that you have to kind of allow yourself to be a little bit more fanciful and really let your imagination kind of go wild. Because I was thinking, like, for example, I was thinking about the movie Totoro, right? And I was thinking about how... Wait, okay, I can't make dots. Wait, stop. Calm down, computer. I was thinking about how in the movie Totoro, there is a scene where let's see. I kind of drew myself into a little corner here, so now my panda's floating above the ground. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put a box there. So that's how you fix things. You just make a box. As soon as my... Oh, stop that. Disgusting. Okay. Sorry. My computer's just acting really goofy today. Again. Maybe it has something to do with just the encoding. Or is there some other process going on in the background? I don't know. I did have to change my password recently because I started getting some weird spam coming up. So... now that everybody's been online, there's probably more hacking going on. Okay, all right, so that's... I'm going to leave the black band not colored because I'll give you guys a chance to color those in. I have a habit of just coloring those. So there's our mandrake root panda. Here, let me just size it up a little bit so that he's a little bit more prominent in the screen. Oh, okay, let's go with the Quidditch because obviously that's a big part of. I mean, that's a big part of what I see with fans whenever they are at Comic Cons and such. There's always a bunch of. So I'm doing a search, and apparently there is. Is there real life Quidditch? Interesting. You just run around with brooms. Alright. Let's get the Quidditch going. I'm gonna put Mandrake root K. And then Quidditch. Okay. So sometimes you might hear me clicking my keyboard. It's when I draw, I have a keyboard that's under my desk or under my monitor here that I use for shortcuts. So like if I'm drawing with a brush like this, if I want to switch to an eraser, sometimes I can flip my pencil and then erase like a normal pencil. But sometimes I also I find it quicker just to hit the E key, which it has what you call a shortcut, and then that gives me the ability to switch between tools pretty frequently. So that's what the clicky clacking you hear a lot, and also me sometimes looking up reference if I'm, for example, if I'm trying to look up something I haven't seen before, which there has been. I mean, I was looking at there are definitely some topics that I wasn't quite fresh on, let's just say. But that's the beauty, right? Like, that's the beauty of the internet, that we have an ability to have this much information at our fingertips. I was just thinking about it too, because I was thinking, like, well, what did people do during the Great Depression? You know, like, they didn't have all this information and technology that we have today. So in some ways, it's it's different. Like, they did different things, obviously, much harder things in some respects. So let's try. So this is another math problem. I'm gonna do a math problem, which is whenever my pandas get kind of stuck in these geometric conundrums, where I'm trying to figure out how they fit. Because right now it's like the body proportions don't necessarily feel correct, but I'm gonna make it work anyways. So usually when I'm doing these things where I have to scrunch up the panda, sometimes he gets a little bit too elongated. So I have to, from time to time, I have to shorten him up, right? And then also, not only that, but I also have to dress him too. I have to, like, put clothes on him and make those clothes fit. And it's funny because, like, this panda doesn't have any, like, shoulders, right? So basically what ends up being the shoulders, like, for example, here, there's no shoulder like this, like on a human, where we have, and so, like, our clothes are kind of tailored to that, whereas, like, we could wrap something around the neck like that. Whereas with the panda, I kind of have to, here's the head, and it just morphs right into the arms. So I kind of have to, like, go like this to make it work. But that's, like, a big defining feature. By the way, if you guys are wanting to draw more animals and anthropomorphic figures, a good thing to study would be character designs from the movie Zootopia, because there's actually some resources available from one of the lead designers on there, Corey Loftus, and I think he has a few images that he's posted demonstrating how to draw the why do those characters look the way they do. Because if you try drawing, like, putting a tiger on a human head, it kind of doesn't work, because our bone structure is a little bit different than animals, obviously. And one of the big things that's different about humans versus animals is that humans and primates, they have a collarbone. So if you feel right here under your neck, you feel these two hard things. Animals don't really have that. So basically, that is what allows animals to kind of have to be able to walk on all fours. And so, let's see. Okay, I'm just gonna draw this out here. So today I'm drawing a little bit slower because I'm trying to think through some of these things. But you probably will end up seeing me scramble once we get closer to the end. Okay, so this is his hood, like so. And then he's gonna... Okay, so another thing, yeah, so I have to dress the panda. He has to... Let's draw the broom out here, because then it kind of helps a little bit with trying to figure out how to make this panda work. So I have drawn a panda riding a broomstick before. I feel like I think I drew like a witch panda way back when. So I have to kind of remember how that panda fit on there. Let's see. So he's got a robe like that. And we're going to have him reach out. Like I said, whenever you're drawing 2D, by 2D I mean like what I'm doing right now. Like drawing in 3D where I'm using I'm working in like a program like Maya. I actually don't know how to model in 3D, so it's always been something like I kind of came around into art just around the time when like 3D was getting really big. You know, like movies like Toy Story came out, and then they started having like incorporating 3D into Disney animation, like Mulan and Hunchback of Notre Dame, and so it's like, oh, should I get into it? But then it's like, but I really want to draw too. So like, in the end, I basically stuck with just drawing because I felt like, at least, because I was switching careers, I felt like, well, I probably should start like beefing up on my drawing skills first beforehand. So I think, oh yeah, he also has like here we're gonna make his robe, and yeah, so just kind of make it like that, something similar to that, and then just have his maybe make the robe a little bit more like. And then add a foot down here. Sometimes I add toes to my pandas, sometimes I don't. It just depends on how I feel. Let me just look up and see at the. Okay, then we gotta give room for the broom. Let's make the broom a little bit more. I think it was supposed to be aerodynamic like this, kind of like that. All right, I'm gonna move our mandrake panda, and then I'm just gonna have the little. I'm gonna give it little panda ears, of course, because. All right, continue to post some more what you call suggestions into the chats. Sorry, yeah, because after this I'm gonna do the I think the what Lane was just I think Lane. If I remember right, yeah. Okay. And then we're gonna do the broom. The broom's gonna be like, make sure we have a good silhouette about it. Actually, let's broom it out here. Just draw a bunch of lines like so, but kind of keep them close together so that they feel like. Maybe add a couple stray hairs like so to kind of give it. Okay, so just a reminder, tomorrow we're doing fan pandas, so submit your drawings, tag it with, make sure to tag hashtag fan pandas or hashtag punching pandas, so I get a chance to look at and find your drawings. Let's and then we can have them featured on the show, and I'll just do a draw over them. So you can just submit any kind of drawing. It doesn't have to be panda drawings. I'll work with it. Okay, so then we'll just add this here. All right, so then we got our Quidditch panda. I think that little what was that little scoring thing? I think it has like a couple circles on it. Yeah, there you go. All right. Okay. Now next we will have golden snitch. What was the golden snitch? Let's see if I remember right there. Oh. This is the golden snitch. Duh. Okay. Well, let me fix the snitch actually. Yeah. I forgot that's what the snitch was. Okay, I'm just gonna go with that for now. And then we'll have the panda going through the station, the platform 3/4, 9 3/4. We're going to put our Quidditch pandas right here, and then we'll have the panda going through platform 9 3/4. So I think it's just, you just draw a wall. We're going to establish our wall like that. And then we'll have the cart basically just going to follow the perspective here. Or I can go like this, where we'll have the cart. I think the cart looks something like draw a couple suitcases on it. Also have a bird cage as well. I believe there's a bird cage with Hedwig. Okay, then there's the little carts. Of course, the panda will be pushing this. I think he has to make, there's another math problem. Let's make his he has to fit his hands inside this this rail, unless I go like this and make his gloves a little bit bigger. And we have him racing ahead. Cart also disappears too. Let's put another cart here. just to show some perspective. Okay. Continue to put your comments in the post. Or sorry, continue to post in the comments, guys, and then you guys can have the next Harry Potter topic show up. So please submit those now, because I'm going to be wrapping this one up in a little bit. So I'm just going to put that there. There's a little bird cage. And then we'll have our panda just running headlong into it. All right, Voldemort, or the one who shall not be named. Also, I'll do like a Snape one too, because we gotta have Snape. Or a Dumbledore. What is your favorite, as I'm drawing this, what is your favorite, for those of you who've seen the movies, what is your favorite film of all the Harry Potter series? I think The Prisoner at Azkaban is probably one of my favorite ones. It's been a while since I've seen all of them, so I might have to binge watch. And I think like the Deathly Hallows, I felt like it was a satisfying conclusion for me. Here, let's add a little bit of a butt like that. I really appreciated Ralph Fiennes' character or performance. Let's see. Let's take out the Quidditch. Let's put in Voldemort. Voldemort's like. It always feels like he has his head upturned. He's always like, yes. I mean, think about it. It's not too challenging with design, because I mean, he's very iconic in terms of his face. Let's give him this snake nose. He uses like turtle-like mouth. And then we just give him the panda ears, and then he'll have his. He'll be handling the wand as delicately as he can. I thought the wands were just a nice touch in those films. They just, you could just done a stick, but then there's a certain level of craftsmanship even with those. There's another case where we have collars that don't really belong. Okay, so we're gonna give him these big robes. Let's move our, oh whoops, you guys are on the wrong layer. Oh, by the way, I need to put the station platform number. Let's see, station 9 3/4. This is gonna be it's gonna mess up my filing, my naming conventions. So we just put a sign there. Platform. Actually, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna paint this all black, or for you guys, I'll just do it like this. Platform. Then do 9 3/4. Okay. Then we'll just move our Voldemort over here. I keep getting these on the wrong layers. Well, it's a nice thing about digital. You could just move it around. Okay. Alright, computer, knock it off. I've endorsed PCs. I switched from a Mac and I've been endorsing PCs, and I don't. You're not doing me any favors right now, PC. Actually, let me change that arm a little bit. This hand's a little bit, feels a little bit off. So yeah, I do work on a PC computer, in case you're wondering what kind of machine I work on. I actually was on a MacBook before, but then I actually had to switch because I was just getting a little bit too frustrated with it. There were just certain, well, also that and the cost too. So of course, kids won't have to worry too much about the price of computers. But at least from a practical standpoint, I was having, it was just costing a lot of money to just get something that doesn't feel quite as that I wasn't getting the bang for the buck. So my point is though that I get a lot of comments from people saying like, oh, you know, Macs are made for designers, and I think to an extent they market to designers, but you can use any type of computer really you want. Don't necessarily feel like you have to get the best of the best of the best, because really Macs aren't necessarily the best in my opinion. You can work with whatever you want. That's all I'm saying. Okay. Okay, let's move our Panda out of the way here. And Voldemort is kind of like, yes. Basically wears it just a big dress. That's what he... So you guys can shade the bottom of this like so. Just put some lines in here. Let me change that up. Make it a little bit cleaner. Alright, so there's our Voldemort. Let's see, what else can we draw? Do we have any other ideas? I'm going to draw Snape next. Let's do Snape. Because I won't give any spoilers away if you guys... But please, post in the chat if you like. I'm just going to quickly go over to our Facebook of Panda Thestral. Okay, Panda Thestral. Here we go. Thestral was the... Oh, gotcha. It was these really creepy looking horse Pegasi. Yeah, horse Pegasi. Skeleton type things. Okay, so I'm just going to establish my base. So this is kind of like the chest of the horse. Then this is kind of the back side of it, which I'll draw as another circle. And then there's going to be a neck. But there's not going to be any flesh, so I'm just sculpting this out as I would draw a normal horse, except this is going to be more of a skeleton, so it's going to feel a little bit stranger. I think horse skeletons are like so, and they don't really have they kind of have horns instead of like ears, because they're skeletal. There's no more actual cartilage. So I'm just gonna go like this. Maybe we can just do this for the bones. Or I guess they do have bones, or they do have skin, but they're very like gaunt, so it looks, they're not exactly like, I'm just gonna draw them as like kind of just very skinny type of horses. Kind of see the ribs of the little bumpy things on the back of your neck. We also have them too. Okay, then we got but they're supposed to be kind, is what I imagine. So let's see, that there's not really much of a we'll just make their bones a lot more pronounced. All this is kind of hard to pandify because it's I'll just pandify with the eyes, because there's not really much to I guess I can kind of darken it, but they're already dark, so it's kind of, I'm just gonna go like that. And there's not really any muscle here, it's mostly the bone. There's a short bone right there. kind of have really skinny bellies, so I'm just gonna go like show the ribs, because the ribs are what define the outside of the form, and they don't really have much of so it kind of looks a little bit scary like that. Yeah, and then they have like this, the big, they have like a longer, hey, yeah, what's going on? Okay. Yeah, if you ever look at horse skeletons, they're pretty gnarly. I haven't drawn many myself, to be honest, but okay. So this is a thestral, if I believe so. And then drawing the wings, they're kind of like you're drawing hands. So this is like, you know, imagine this is like your thumb, and then this is your hand, the rest of your hands. I like to kind of make them feel like hands. So basically that's what wings are. They're just these just big hands. Okay. And I'm just gonna add a little something bonus, like I'm gonna just put this down in shadow, take that out, kind of clean this up a little bit. And then our I'll put some more context in here with the panda. Maybe he's like, sorry, let's change that up again. Or actually, maybe I need to do this. I think I mixed this up a little bit. I think I need to have my. Just want to change this up. Just thinking about it. I think usually the thumbs are kind of like. Yeah, that feels a little bit better. And then we'll have our horse. Okay. Oh, Dobby. Okay. We'll get a snake. Oh, let's see how we're doing on time. We're kind of going a little. This Thestral is definitely taking me a little bit more. It's kind of taking me a little bit of time because I'm not so used to drawing it. But the more I draw it, the better I get. And so maybe in the future my horses will start looking a little bit better. Let's see. And so we have our Panda jockey. He's like, huh? He's like doesn't exactly know what to make of this horse. Here, I'm just gonna change that helmet so that you guys can color that in later. Okay, now we can go back to what we what we're trying to set out to do. Let's do a quick Snape, then I'll do Dobby, and then we'll call that a session. So, anyways, yeah, let me just ask again, what is your guys' favorite Harry Potter film? Please discuss. And then also, what is your favorite Harry Potter villain? I kind of like who that substitute principal, the one that like everybody doesn't like. I mean, I like her for being just being the fact that she's such like a great villain to not like. Okay, we're just gonna give him the hair. Let's change these arms a little bit, and then we'll make the belly a little bit flatter. Such a good, creepy kind of guy. Also one of my favorites from the film. Doesn't really have a hair out of place. And then he also has like this little, I believe, robe that he wears. He almost looks kind of like, he's almost kind of is dressed like a princess right now. So I'm trying to get away from that. I think his arm's also a little bit too long. Let's shorten that up. I've been drawing these pandas for a long time, and I'm still having to rework and redo some of these things. I think by now I would have been able to get it, but I don't. So there we have it. There's Snape, and then we're gonna just finish this off with Dobby. Dobby like that. Okay. I think I have drawn Dobby before, actually, now that I think about it. Now Dobby can be like so. He has this big give him the panda proportions. We'll have his arms around and back like so. Let's figure out where his feet are. Like so. And then actually we're gonna just put him in that little piece of fabric that he likes to wear. So I'm just going to put a couple knots like that. And then it's kind of like the top of his. Okay. And then give him the panda. Oh, sorry. He doesn't have panda ears. I forgot. Okay. We're going to do the Dobby ears. Like so. Or his ears, I think they kind of flop down first. Let's do that. And just looking at the reference here, they kind of go down. Like he and Yoda can be related. Actually, kind of does look like Yoda. He has these like wrinkles on top of his head too. And then he's not. I think he has like some hairs on top of his head. So let's add a couple of those. Oh, of course. All right, and then we also got to change, kind of muddy up his outfit a little bit. So I'm gonna have some deep fabric folds here, but they kind of get further away the farther you go from. Yeah, there go. Maybe there's some smudges and stuff on his shirt, like so. It's also got some wrinkles under his eyes, so you know, because he looks a little bit older. So I'm just gonna add a couple of wrinkles. Here, I'm just gonna make this more like so. All right, so there we have it. We have our Harry Potter pandas. Thanks a lot, guys, for hanging out and watching Scribble Time. I hope you guys enjoyed this session. And like I said, tomorrow is Fan Friday. So if you have your own drawing, please submit it. And then I'll have it featured on the show, and I'll do my own remix of it. So if you guys like what you saw, if you enjoyed it, I'll be doing more live streams like this on weekdays at 11 a.m. Pacific time here on YouTube, and each session will have their own different theme. If you guys would like to, you guys have any suggestions for what you'd like to see in future live streams or even a set class and videos, please respond in the comments below. It helps me out. Also, like and subscribe, share with your friends and family who are interested in art, and it's a free thing for me to do this, and I enjoy doing it. And so it's hopefully you guys who are all at home are able to get a lot from out of this these sessions. So anyways, that's our today's Scribble Time. So you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and keep on punching.